no.
What the fuck, Korea?
Do you know about Korea's white powder cartel? The southwestern region of Korea has traditionally been a place where criminals and antisocial beings were isolated and imprisoned. Over the years, a cartel formed within that region. Today, the residents of that area make their living by producing white powder, salt, in the salt farms. The salt produced in that region is exclusively supplied throughout Korea, generating massive profits. 300 years ago, Koreans didn't even know what salt was. To season their food, they relied on their own sweat. At first, the white powder cartel developed methods to mass-produce salt in the salt farms. Then, they supplied it to Koreans at an incredibly low price. Before long, Koreans became addicted to salt. Seizing the opportunity, the cartel skyrocketed the price of salt by hundreds of times, reaping enormous profits. They soon became wealthy beyond imagination and no longer wanted to work in the salt farms themselves. So they began hunting for slaves. This tradition has continued to this day, but their power has grown so immense that even the government is unable to intervene. This foolish white man's name is Jake. Jake was obsessed with K-pop and came to Korea to learn more about the country he admired. Overflowing with passion, he ventured beyond the safe city of Seoul and traveled southwest. To the cartel, Jake was the perfect prey. The cartel approached him under the guise of teaching him about Korean culture. They offered him kimchi and traditional alcohol, and after consuming them, Jake lost consciousness. When Jake woke up, he found that his ankles were shackled and that all of his belongings had been stolen. The cartel forced him to work 20-hour shifts in the salt farms. He was allowed 1 meal per day and 2 hours of sleep, a privilege granted only because he was white. Jake tried to escape multiple times, but each time, the local police captured him and dragged him back to his original location. Years later, Jake's family arrived in Korea with Seoul's police force to search for him. But by then, Jake had forgotten who he was. He genuinely believed he was a Korean named Sang-hwa. To reclaim Jake, his family paid the salt farm owner $1 million and took him back to their home in America. Even now, Jake suffers from an extreme fear of salt and constantly mutters, "Don't hit me, please." It doesn't matter who you are or where you live. Never set foot in Korea's southwestern region.